Hi everybody, here's a really beautiful card using doilies. Doilies are big this year, and I've got some fun stamp sets and matching paper to show you using these great doilies. First of all, I want to show you this front one here is using a stamp set called Hello Doily. It's one big giant stamp, and I'll show you the best way to use these big giant stamps. First of all, what you want to do is turn it over like this, and you're going to work with it down on your desk. I'm going to take Regal Rose cardstock, Regal Rose ink, and I'm just going to rub that all over the stamp. Then I'll take my square of white cardstock, and I'm just going to set that right on top like this. And then, just so that you don't get ink all over your fingers, I just take a piece of scrap paper and put over the top, and then just rub that all around, holding the cardstock in one place. Then you take that off, and when you peel it off, then you've got your image transferred right onto it, and it works much better than trying to stamp this big stamp upside down. This is about the size of a 5x7 picture frame, so it's good sized. Okay, now I've got this pretty little doily ready to go, and let's work on some of these background pieces. Our white background here, it looks like pattern paper all the way around the outside, but actually we stamped that. So now I'm going to use another doily stamp set called Delicate Doilies. This one has a lot of beautiful doilies in it. So let's take the two smallest ones, and for this I'm going to use Pretty in Pink ink and also Wisteria Wonder. This is one of the new in colors, so brand new, that just came out recently. And I'm going to stamp with Pretty in Pink just randomly around on the edges, because the middle of the card is filled up with other things, so that won't show anyway. And then I'll take this smaller doily and I'll use the Wisteria Wonder and just kind of go around, filling in the gaps like this. Okay, next. This is pattern paper that is actually mounted onto the Pretty in Pink cardstock, and this is from our doily collection. It's called Flirtatious. There's a lot of great patterns with this one, so you'll want to check that out. I'm going to go ahead and stick this onto my Pretty in Pink cardstock, just layered. And our big doily that we stamped the first time, I'm going to put that down on Wisteria Wonder cardstock. And this background piece that we just stamped that looks like pattern paper now, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that down here on the front of my card like this. Okay, now on this one I want to add a little polka dot brad in the center. We've got these great new brads that match all the in colors, and they've got little bitty white polka dots on them. So take your paper piercing tool and just poke a hole right in the center, and then go ahead and stick the brad through. Open it up like this. Okay, now we're ready to assemble here. So I'll put the pink cardstock with the Flirtatious paper on top here. Now before I stick our big doily on, you can see that there's this beautiful lace ribbon going behind. That's actually made out of cardstock. So we have a fun punch for that, the ribbon lace border punch, or some name thereabouts. They have the most complicated names for these punches, but they work beautifully. You want to stick it in and have it come all the way up to the bumper. And then this is when I stand up, punch all the way down, and then you want to move it along and just line up the pattern with the next floret that shows through here on your guide. And always be sure that you're back up against that bumper every time. And we'll go one more, and then that should be enough to go all the way across our card. So what I'll do is I'll just take my card here, and I'm going to line this up and just cut off the length that I need that will go across my card. So we'll cut this part off here, and we need it to be just about this long. So we'll trim that here. Now I have a piece of cardstock lace that will go right along on there. Add a little snail adhesive, or you could use mini glue dots for this to hook this down on the edges. And we'll put this right across on our card like this. Isn't that pretty? The whole doily theme matches here. And then I'll put my dimensionals on here to put my top doily on. And again, I normally would put one in every corner. Just to save time here, I'm just going to put the 2 on there. And put this on here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now I want to do a little message. So what I'm going to do is take a scrap of white cardstock, and I'm going to take that smallest doily that we used and stamp it in the wisteria. Now first I'm going to stamp off on scrap paper and then stamp it down onto the white cardstock because that makes that a little bit lighter. Then I'm going to take a word, a verse, and this is from the set called Petite Pairs. This is also another set I absolutely love. Has sayings for all occasions. These are the type sets that I always get and hang on to forever, even after they're retired, because you can always use words. You can never have enough words. Okay, then what I'll do is take the 1-inch circle punch and turn it upside down. You can use that like a little window and just line it up so it looks like you were able to line that up all on your own perfectly and get that stamped. And the next thing we're going to do, this is a doily, lace doily punch. And you can actually punch 3 different variations of it. For this version, we're going to do the one without any holes punched in it, just a plain outer shape of it. The other 2 would punch additional holes. So I'll take my scrap of wisteria cardstock, just stick it in here, punch down, and then I've got just the outer edges of a doily right here. And I'll take the little words that I just stamped, put some snail on the back and stick that right on the doily. And then we'll put a dimensional here and we'll stick that right in the corner. Now for the inside of the card, another fun stamp set. This one, more words again, perfectly panned. Aren't these fun? Beautiful shapes. And these have a little curve to them, so what makes it nice is if you mess it up, then nobody's going to know because it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And I'm going to stamp thank you right here. Now you can see I accidentally laid my card down onto the wisteria stamp pad here. So I'm going to take this big doily and I'm going to just try to hide that a little bit. And I'm going to ink it with wisteria cardstock, and I'm going to stamp a doily down here. There, you still maybe can see it a little bit, but it's not nearly as noticeable as it was before. And we'll just do a couple more around there, so it looks like it was supposed to be like that. Anyway, when the card's all finished, here you have this beautiful doily card, and ready for gift giving for just that special gal in your life. See you next time.